Hey y'all,
I'm John.
and I'm Kim. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Magnolia Peach Tea Podcast, where we share real life stories to help you navigate life's ups and downs.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for updates.
Now let's get to the tea.
Today's episode is entitled Lessons Momma Taught Us. We have a special guest appearance today. Our little big brother, Rod, is joining us.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Thank you for inviting me.
Today we're going to talk about lessons Mama taught us. As you all know, we're from South Louisiana, and our mom is our first and most significant teacher, educator, right? So today we thought we'll talk about some of the lessons that she taught us that we didn't necessarily understand back then, but now that we think about it, she was right.
Yeah. I think that when we were younger, we were like, having to listen to her preach, teach to us. We're like, I guess as kids, we really don't want to hear it. But as we got older, I mean, even in our 40s, we're like, you know what? She was right. She was right. So I think one that stands out most in my mind is put both feet on the floor. Maybe you move a little faster.
Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. When she would say this, I would literally think about it like, how could that possibly make me move any faster?
Yeah, because it was like we would be washing dishes, and it's like you would have one foot on top of the other.
Right. And I would feel like I was being efficient, but Mom thought you could do this a little quicker if you would put both of your feet on the floor.
And I'm like, if I'm using my hands, what my feet got to do with it?
Exactly. Now let's fast forward, and you think about it, and you like, you know what? I do move a little quicker when I have both of my feet planted on the floor.
Yeah, less back pain.
Exactly.
Put both feet flat on the floor because you would be able to move faster. You would be able to do whatever task that you were doing quicker.
Right.
I don't know how, but she had something. She knew what she was talking about with that.
Well, now that I think about it, when we would be washing dishes and you have your feet crossed, we would also lean. It was like almost like a subconscious thing to lean. Of course, now we know, you're not really being efficient when you're leaning, especially when you're trying to get things done. So I definitely feel that, that was one of the things that I didn't truly understand or get until now. Well, not even now, until much older. I was much older. As a kid, I was like, what is she talking about?
Yeah, but I think for me, it was more because I didn't want to wash them dishes. So I was going to make myself as comfortable as possible doing something, whether it was leaning over or crossing my feet or, anything. And y'all know for me, that was kind of a defense mechanism because I was always doing something and that foot cross, the distraction, but she was always watching.
Yeah, and it was like as soon as you were done with the dishes, there'd be another task for you to do. Like you had to do the dishes, sweep the floor, clean your room, and take care of the bathroom and all that. And you knew as soon as you were done with that, you had to move to the next task. So you would take forever hoping that she would forget that what she told you to do and you wouldn't have to do it. And
one thing about Mom, she never forgets.
Oh, no.
Never. Another lesson that she taught was that the only friend that you have is the one looking back at you in the mirror. Now,
go ahead and finish it. Finish the whole phrase.
Well, and what was it?
The only friend you have is the one looking back at you in the mirror, and you can't trust that one all the time.
Yeah. See, that last part I had a problem with, but now that I think about it, fast forward, I think about, there are times where you talk yourself out of situations or you talk yourself out of understanding what you're seeing. Yeah, so sometimes that friend in the mirror not really your friend either.
I mean, it goes both ways too, because just as fast as you're going to talk yourself out, I know there's plenty of times I done talk myself into trouble.
True.
Because I'm sitting there overthinking instead of listening to, what I should really be doing.
Right. But in my introverted self, I think that may have contributed to my introvert ways because I didn't need anybody else because I had that friend in the mirror. Plus, I got a sister and a brother, so that was all I needed.
So you're trying to say that Mama's the reason that you don't like nobody?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I don't steal it either. So.
Nah, I'm with you because I'm an ambivert. Some days I'm an introvert. Other days, I'm Mr. Social Butterfly. But nah, stick to just yourself. It's a lot easier.
I say I'm an introvert that is possible to be extrovert if I like you, but I really like people.
Yeah. Far and few between.
Very far, very far.
Yeah.
Or if if you're not that person in the mirror. You got one chance. You know how people say you get 3 strikes? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gave somebody too many strikes for 18 years. I'm not doing that no more.
Oh,
so you got one strike.
Why?
One strike.
Why?
One strike. One strike. We no longer friends. You're done. Done. Moving on to the next.
Well, I guess the next one would be do it right the first time so you don't have to keep doing it over and over again. I think I hear that in my sleep.
Yes. But you hear it in your sleep. You live it, you breathe it. But she was right. Because how many times as a kid we redid the same task over and over again because we didn't do it right?
Yeah, you're right. The grass, how many times, Rod?
Oh, no, grass. No, it wasn't the grass. It was the ditch.
Oh, yes.
Because if you ain't cut the ditch the right way, it was either her or, daddy was coming out there and he had something to say.
Right.
Or sweeping the carporch the right way. You got to wash the dishes. You got to dry them. You got to put them away. You got to sweep the floor. You got to wipe the counters, the stove, everything down.
Y'all know I'm not a fan of drying dishes because if you leave them out long enough, they'll dry.
Right.
Well, what about when Mom would say, when you start something, finish it? Remember those situations? Kim, I remember one thing particularly.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yes, let's talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
I have no idea where you got this idea to eat a raw egg, to drink a raw egg. I have no idea where you got that from.
And they were counting them eggs, right?
Of course, Mama counted everything. That was her, that's her OCD. She still does that. She counts everything. And I think that's where I get it from. But anyway,
she was counting them.
You broke the egg.
We probably needed them for supper.
Maybe so.
I ain't gonna lie.
I know, right? You broke the egg and you was gonna drink it, but you were playing with it because you couldn't drink it because it's an egg. It's a raw egg. Mama found out about it, and what did she do?
She said, okay, you want to drink an egg? You gonna drink this egg? Not a problem. Crack that egg, put it in the cup, and said, drink it.
And she said, drink it like it was serious. Like there was no clown and there was no thought of, she just joking.
Serious, 100. No humor in what she was saying at all.
And what did you do?
I tried to take it like a champ.
You did.
But that egg said, not today. Egg said, no way, Jose. We coming up.
We coming up with a vengeance.
And he came on out.
And then there was the fruitcake.
That
Remember?
was you. That was you.
Yeah. I don't know why, but fruitcakes was deceiving. They look all nice and pretty and stuff. So I think somebody gave her that from work.
That'll hold you.
And we opened the fruitcake. And we was going to try the fruitcake, but we didn't like it. So we covered it back up, tried to make it look like nobody was in it. Well, when she went to it, she saw that we had been in it. And then she was like, oh, so y'all started it. So guess what? Y'all got to finish it. And that was the time I confirmed I don't like fruitcake.
Oh, that must have been a pre-rod day.
Yeah, I think it was, right? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like fruitcakes. No.
Yeah, mine was, I had some fundraiser for school and I wanted something. And I asked for peanut brittle because it looked good. So got the peanut brittle. Took that bite. I don't like this. You gonna eat all of it. And it probably took a good 2 weeks to eat all that peanut brittle. To this day, I can't stand. Look at it, don't want it.
Yeah.
But that was her thing. If you gonna do it, go ahead and do it right the first time.
And finish it.
Yeah. That's with anything. Like how many times I'll be sitting out there and daddy tell me do something outside and I'm sitting there playing around. And then he come back like, the time he told me to cut the grass, because, you know, summertime, I ain't never had no sleep in. He told me to cut the grass. I'm like, okay. And you know him, you can't cut the grass first thing in the morning because the grass wet. You can't cut it late in the afternoon because you didn't waste the whole day. So I'm getting out there to go cut the grass. It's about 10:30, 11 o'clock. You know, Young and the Restless coming on, so I got to get on, do the front before Young and the Restless start. I'm cutting the grass, and out of nowhere, the lawnmower stopped. So I'm sitting there panicking, and this is me probably, 9, 10? The connection to the spark plug done broke. So here me go, you know, gifted genius. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to fix it. So I go get a bread tie, take the paper off, tie it around the connection to the spark plug. Boom. Lawnmower start working. All right, cool. I'm going to finish cutting the grass. All I got to do is tell them when they get back, hey, you know, we got to fix the lawnmower. Nope. Typical Southern Louisiana, midday thunderstorm come. And this ain't just a quick one. It rained the rest of the day. So now, not only do I get fussed at for the lawnmower breaking, I get fussed at because I ain't cut the grass. And here she come. If you'd have got up and did it, you wouldn't be going through this.
Right. You know what I also think about with do it right the first time, and this is something that I had to learn later in life. College. I wasted a lot.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. I wasted a lot of time with college.
Time?
Yeah.
It's not even about time, girl. A lot of money, girl.
Well, time did equate to money, especially when it comes to college, because I didn't do it right the first time I went, and ended up having to go back as an adult with adult responsibilities. And then now I can't not work full time.
Yeah.
And go to school. You know, I don't have that luxury of, you know, working part-time or not working and going to school. So I have to do both at the same time. And I was like, you know what? That's one of them situations where, you know, do it right the first time. And you don't have to keep going over and over again. Because, it ended up costing me a whole lot more money and time. And plus, you know, when you're an adult, you don't learn the same. You know, because my memory is horrible. And, you know, college math, it took me some time. I took that class multiple times. That was almost like the PE class, yeah.
It wasn't, for me, it wasn't college math. It was the sciences. So, like, my freshman year, I had biology at 7:30 Tuesday and Thursday. It was over 1,000 people in the class, and they would do the little, they would log in the beginning. And y'all know me, 7:30 in the morning, yeah, I wasn't on time. And if I wake up and it's like, it's 8:15, man, fuck that class. I ain't going there.
I said that the entire 2 years of college I went over there. And then what happened? All I learned to do was play pool. This is not, if I would have done it right the first time, like Mama said, I wouldn't have had to keep doing it over again.
You are absolutely right, sister. So we just want to take this time to thank Momma. I know you're listening, y'all. She's on YouTube and everything. I got her set up. She's subscribed and she gets her notifications. But we want you to know that we were a handful growing up, but we realized that everything that y'all taught us was to prepare us for this unpredictable thing called life. And while we may not have understood it then, we get it now and we thank you. So hopefully in sharing some of the lessons that you've taught us, it will help someone else out there to navigate this thing called life. All right, y'all. So we're going to talk about our Magnolia Buds and our Peach Pits of the week. So our Magnolia Bud is something positive or a positive moment of the week. And our Peach Pit is something that may not have been so positive or not so positive moment of the week. So I'll go first. My Magnolia Bud of the week was seeing my director get married. She had a destination wedding in Jamaica and it was video streamed for us. And so I got to see her get married. So I'm excited for her. My Peach Pit is I injured my ankle. So I am, I guess, on not bed rest, but I'm not supposed to be up on my ankle until I get my MRI done. So that's my Peach Pit for the week.
Sorry, sissy.
It's okay.
My Magnolia Bud this week is that I successfully relocated a little bit further out, but I have successfully moved and unpacked. I was Little Miss Fix-It. Put together several entertainment centers and coffee tables, end tables, fixed tables. I also did a lot of purging of some stuff that I didn't need, which that's a whole nother story because then I bought new stuff. But anyway, but that's my bud. And then my peach pit is in moving. I did have a conversation, a heated conversation with a rental company that tried to charge me for a service that they could not fulfill. So I did have to read them a little bit, but we got it all taken care of and everything is hunky-dory now.
For mine, my Magnolia Bud, actually, the past couple weeks, I've been looking for a watermelon, and I finally found me a sweet watermelon.
It's the little things, I'm telling you.
And for my peach pit, didn't get a chance to go out and celebrate my girlfriend's birthday this week, but not down, was able to take her out for her actual birthday and have a nice little breakfast with her before I went to work. So,
well, we want to wish her a happy belated birthday. Hopefully she's listening. Happy birthday! Well, that is today's episode. I want to thank Rod for being our guest on today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks everyone for listening today. We hope you enjoyed Lessons Mama Taught Us.
Be sure to tune in for the next episode of Magnolia Peach Tea Podcast.